Live, and I have low lighting. Okay, so I just got a HD camera. I'm looking blue. Let's see if I can get a little better lighting. Ooh, now I'm white. So, this is my first time trying this. I am not sure how good the audio or any of this is going to turn out. Um, I wonder when these videos will start to have multi-million views. Who was he? What is he? Is he crazy? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Definitely. I just want to talk about a couple things that have been on my heart, been bothering me. Brought to you by Zevia or Aeves. Pretty tasty. And I love ginger. If my life was ending today, or say I was imprisoned today, what? How would I feel? What would I wish I would have said? And these are kind of the ideas that have got to me as I pursue liberty and happiness and medical health and emotional well-being and financial growth and stability. I realize that in the world and the god of this world is destruction, and it wants to hold people in despair and pain. In the whole world, not just America, you're not really allowed to be productive without being punished. You're not allowed to have medicine without being destroyed. You're not allowed to freely transport goods without being taxed. And some people are pro taxation, but I don't think they understand where that money goes. If the money went to something that went back to society, that'd be pretty cool. But most money goes to an incompetent, cancerous, thieving institution that is not really focused on helping people because it doesn't have to. It just exists. It exists because it mandates it through punishment. So if something is there because it has to be there, that's not going to have the welfare of the people in mind. My big desire that I keep seeing with this limited earth is to free currency, to free it, to liberate it, and to liberate people from the bondages the government puts them in. I have friends that are extremely nice people. They're not perfect, but some of the nicest, kind-hearted people I know, and they're in jail because they break a law. They break laws. They don't harm people, but we have wolves in sheep's clothing. We have people that enforce laws. Here in Chesapeake, there's a lot of officers. When I see police, my whole life, no matter what I've done, I never really feel like, hi, welcome. I never really feel, oh, we're here to help. I always feel somewhat of a terror, a fear, a punishment. I watched Mr. Rogers' movie, the neighborhood movie, Won't You Be My Neighbor? And the black man in there who was gay, he wrote in his neighborhood when he grew up in the 60s or 70s, or maybe it was even earlier, no one went to the police because the police were evil. What is evil? Evil is someone who looks to destroy and uses their power to manipulate. No title is evil. There's just evil people in the title. There's not evil police. police, there's not a broad spectrum of people. Each person's different and they fill a role. So yeah, there's some really bad people that put on a uniform and get away with crime and manipulation because they've been granted power without check and balance. Even the original idea was, well, if we're going to have a government, it needs checks and balance. The structure of government, the current one, it uses fear and destruction through IRS, through different things, taxation, to keep its way. Most people really don't think a world could work without taxation. They don't understand that it's like, could the world work? Could your city work if you didn't have someone whipping you and beating you and molesting you? Yeah, it could work. You know why? Because the heart, the spirit, is actually from God. The spirit is made in God's image. It actually is a bright, good, beautiful thing. Though it's in a world that has a lot of evil. And I see so many people that are so poor in this country that could be so rich. And the only reason we think we're rich is because technology is advanced. The structure of America is really communistic. And I mean like the stealing of money. I'm completely about helping people. There's nothing more I want to do. 90% of the money that's taken doesn't really go back to the public good. It goes back to a select couple of people good, and then war, and paying for people to be ready to war, paying people for fear. And so we have the whole world where we're all just a flight away from each other now, still using all the resources to be ready for a war. There can't even be a war anymore because of nuclear bombs. Fear forever has dictated the course of finances. And it really enrages me, makes me feel very bitter that I see people that are slaves and their money is being taken from them. Their prosperity is constantly being taken from them. And it's being funneled into a system that's corrupt, being funneled into a system where only a select few people can do whatever the fuck they want with the money. Is that a good time to use that word? It's just sad that in this world, I'm not free. I can't really be free just to live. There's always someone ready to destroy you. And then there's the law and the judgment and the constant judgment from other people of living in the past. No forgiveness, no liberty, no jubilee. Currency has to be free. Currency has to be something that cannot be manipulated, has to be something that's a standard that banks cannot inflate, create. I have to breathe deeper. I've had lung issues, and I have a lot of friends who smoke a lot. And when I get around it, any kind of smoke really, or bad air, or exhaust fumes, my lungs get quite congested pretty easily. It's sad to me that we have the ability of so much production in this land, and a vast majority of the resources that are stolen from people don't go back to the people. A vast majority of the resources go toward banks and toward companies that are sleeping with the government. That's just not cool. Nothing really good is going to happen with money that's stolen. If you have plenty, there's no theft because there's plenty, there's nothing to steal. It's when there's a lack that there's thievery. The poverty that we live in society, in America, and the world is created by the structure of the government and the governments. A lot of them have followed what America did when we got established a couple hundred years ago, and they followed that protocol. Oh, hey, America now says hemp is illegal, so we're all going to do it. This plant is so powerful. It's not perfect. Nothing's perfect in this world. This world's cursed. So let's get that out of the way. It's not perfect. No, it's not. It's not perfect. But it's powerful. It's fibers. It's everything it can do. It's medical properties. It's oils. It just goes on and on. Who is worse, the stupid laws or the ones who enforce through death the stupid laws? I think the ones who enforce the stupid laws are even worse than the law itself. You know, but a lot of people do it because they're afraid and because they need money, and so if they disobey or don't follow the rules, they won't have money. Because in this society, you have to have money because you are always taxed. Taxation is so bad. People just don't know what it's like to live in positive. We're so used to debt inflation being a good idea. We're living in the Stone Ages, my people. We're living in the past. It's not even that complex of ideas. One, respect your neighbor. Clean air, clean water, clean food. That's it, you know. These bodies, we're all in them. Doesn't matter what belief, what the past was, what the future is. In the present, which we're all in, even this video is watched in the present, our bodies need health because we're in it, you know. So, I don't even know if the audio has been recorded. Oh yeah, let's cancel audio. Just turn up audio? I just hope it's recording. If not, it's just me speaking. Oh. Like my shirt. Air Force One. Yeah. I lived in D.C. for a year as a house of prayer. That was interesting. It was good and bad. So is life. So I'm going to pause it for a bit if I can. I'll come back. You sure want to end stream? Yes.